Good night, fellow punters. Clock on the wall says 20 to 8. This is take 2. I deleted the other one accidentally. I don't know what the hell I was at. I was answering the phone and I pressed the wrong button. We had a busy enough sort of a day. Didn't answer many of the comments or any of them. I read through them there, so I decided that I would do it a different way tonight for a change. Well, not for a change, for the first time. I'm going to look at some of the comments. So I had 2 horses that ran today. Ryan Moore gave the first one. It's a sort of an education of a ride on Paris Lights. That'll win a race, but it wasn't to be today. I thought he might catch the one in second, but he wasn't too busy on it. And the other one, I didn't see it, but I was talking to a person and they didn't see it either because there was a lot of fog. So I can't know until I see what the thing is, the steward's report to see what happened. I thought that'd be up at the pace. He said it's back at the field. Comments. Because I know that we had a few winners on the bus today and great winners. Bob R, a regular contributor, points that out. He said, Seahorse, well, that was SMS Seahorse. Christina put that up. Pure Sirloin, that was tipped up by Lee Shaughnessy. And 4 Country Roads was Spanderella. And Mallow Mission was Eamon Kelly. Robert Carter had an 89p each way double. He got 109 quid back, and that's something else. On Pure Sirloin, that's owned by the Florida Porter Syndicate. There'll be good crack in Ballinasloe tonight. I was supposed to go playing cards there today or tonight, but I didn't get around to it. I had a busy day, but I may get up there for a game of cash tonight yet. 4 Country Roads. He put that up at 36 to 1. He had 14 quid each way on it. That'd be £632 back for 28. That's what I love about the bus. Bet small, win big. There's Stephen Pitt, our regular weather contributor. AC Irish, one of the legends of the bus. He sent a big shout out to Spinderella as well. 36 to 1 winner. He gave a good case for it. Indeed, he did. Mark Walsh was on it, and he was on Pure Sirloin. He had a few pound won last week, and he left a lovely comment. He said that he had to get extra classes for his daughter at gymnastics. And I was thinking, well, she mustn't be much good at it if she needs extra. But he clarified it straight away without me even asking. He said that she was quite good at it and 'twas extra to bring her to a different level. So he won some money and he sent it on for the next few months. So that's a great story. Andrew Burton, Neil Palmer, their regular contributor. Good old Steve. Steve must be on the gargle. He was singing a bit of Van the Man there. When it's not always raining, there'll be days like this. Christina, she was on a Gary Moore horse, was smashed. I don't think that won. Actually, I think horse of hers was second, Peachy Carnan. But she had the Seahorse. Gavin Ingram, Bob R. Leonardo. I think Leonardo is new. You're very welcome. Newcomers to the bus also is Adam Smith, Seamus Breen, Robbie O'Malley is back. Hadn't seen him for a while. Stan Taylor, MG, Fionn Adam and Tony Hills. You're all very welcome. There's plenty of place for you. We're getting a bigger bus next week. Have one ordered. 5-story. Valerie Reid, regular contributor, and Kev Keegs. Sean Mullen, a Sligo man living in Dublin or in London. Rachel Duncan, a lovely woman from Scotland. Tom Leach, a regular. MG, he's a newcomer. Eamon Kelly, that was the one Mallow Mission. Stu Pugh was on it. Bob R. Eamon Kelly said it might go for the National Hunt Chase. Max Edge. Stephen Pitt. Niall McNulty. He's back in the motherland drinking great porter in BAC. Where is BAC? Let us know. Breda King. Christina again. Covington. Chris Donnelly. Tom Wilson, Eddie McPray, Paul Manton gives good winners, Stephen McPhee. If I was to answer each one of those back, and I always like to do that, it would take me about a half an hour or 3/4. In this case today, probably an hour, because I like to put in each person's name as well, not just give a carte galore. Paul Moore, Andy Nealon, or Nealon. Truth Seeker, Sean Hawke, but he was on bother last night with a laptop or something and looking to scan a code in Canada. He was cold last week, it was -40. Fionn Adam, he's a newcomer. Sean Spinderellas. He gave a 4 country roads, £4 lower than it was in the race last year when it was second. Carries a featherweight. He had 14 quid each way at 36 to 1. With Billy Mountain, that would be my way of saying William Hill and his way. Tiernan Murray was on Liam Murdoch. David McCadden, he's in Donegal, but I don't think he's from Donegal. He's in Ballybofey, isn't it? Leonardo, he's new. You're Leonardo. Would that be Leonardo da Vinci? Super Wilf. Patrick Cavan is at the post. AC Irish. Paul Grinnan, he's Monaghan country. Andrew Borton, Midlands Piker, he's new. I didn't see him before. You're welcome. Kev Keegs, musician, he's in Scotland. Let's see, show more replies. I don't have to do that too often, but it's a good sign when you do. Yeah, he's buzzing. Paul Moore, Danny Joyce, Eddie McPree, John R. I think that's John Reynolds, Paul Sisson, Mark Wefer, Robert Carter. He's buzzing the whole time. Danny, Luke Hillman, he's a newcomer on the bus. Well, he's in the last couple of weeks. Kev Johnson, Tom Wilson, Dermot Lynn, or Lynn, Lee Shaughnessy. That's the word he had for pure sirloin. They'll be having pure steak tonight. Onions and mushrooms, it's a favourite of mine. Rob, the old man Goose, used to cook for me on the bus there. Chris Donnelly, there were a good few on that. I love to see that. A lot of booms, a lot of smiley faces. David Graham, Valerie Reid. I think that's about the lot of them. Also, a good winner today was... I asked the Stig the other night. I think that's one for we to keep in mind for again. So, what do you think, Stig? Have you anything?
Mickey, I don't have any horse that really went under the radar for me this week, but I do have a horse that I want you and our listeners to keep an eye out for the weekend. And it's a horse called It's For Me, and it runs in a 2:17 in Navan on Saturday, which is a bumper. Now, this horse is owned by Simon Muneer and Isaac Swade. It's moved from the Crawfords to Willie Mullins, and it's a horse that I think, with a weak bumper division that has seemed to be so far, I think this horse could be a decent animal. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye out on him the weekend, and I think everyone else should do the same. He's currently priced around 16s to 20s for the champion bumper. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be a champion bumper horse, but there's still a few horses that have to come out that I think will improve the quality of the champion bumper, and I think this horse might be one of them. But I'll definitely keep an eye on him the next day.
He was dead right. It opened at 5-4 yesterday evening, and I had a bet on it. I also backed it at 16s and again at 12s for the bumper in Cheltenham, and I took 7s with my winnings after the race today, and it's going in as much or as short as 7-2 with William Hill. It's 4-1 generally, but he was very impressive. But I'm just wondering, we mentioned it on the bus first. You heard it here first. I wonder how many more will be jumping on the bandwagon now in the next couple of weeks. We'll see. But the Stig is deadly at that. That's why I have him with me. He's a good man. And let's hope we can get a few more of them now before Cheltenham. On to tomorrow. The Liberated Lad is out tomorrow. He's 7-4. He hasn't ran on the surface before, but he won well enough the other day. There's several bus horses out tomorrow. In the 1:15, I thought that Glory and Honour might have a chance of beating the favourite, or an each-way bet, on Glory and Honour. It used to be 130 or 129 when it was with Tom Lacey, and it came to David O'Meara, and he ran it twice. He ran it on the flat, but it won off 57 and 62. It had a good run in Doncaster on the 9th of December, and this is at 2 Mile tomorrow. The favourite, it's his third run back fairly quick, And each way bet is a safe play, I thought, and maybe betting without the favourite. In the 145, we have a horse as well that won for us the last day, but his over hurls is Russian Virtue. But there's a good bit of money for Rosa del Rio of the Chrisfords. So I proceed with caution. That's because it's well bred out of Fastnet Rock and Galileo. So tread carefully with that buzz horse. We have in Linkfield, if it goes ahead, in fact, in one race tomorrow, the 7 runners, we have 3 bus horses. We have First Street, Goshen and Meteor. We also have in Thurles tomorrow, Billoway. He won for us in Cheltenham, but he never won first time out the last few years. But he is 11, and Mullins' Yard is firing. So the other one is a novice. It has only run and won once, of David Christie, the 6-year-old. There's a good race. Chacun Pour Soir is out tomorrow. First time beyond 2 mile. Fakir D has won 4 times Grade 1 races at that distance. And it has behind, that should have the winning of that, you'd imagine, tomorrow. We have Galley Hill, which it was second the last day, but that was over 2 miles. It's better over this trip, and Davy Russell is back on the saddle tomorrow. It was like a big debate, but it won over 2.5 before. That's a bus horse as well. And we have Hey Johnny. It's gambled on tomorrow from 3s into, what price is it now? 15 to 8, 7 to 4. That won for us previously. So there's a scatter of them tomorrow. They're priced short. But what I do in that case is I might pick 4 of them and do cross trebles. So if 3 of them wins, then you get 1 treble. But if 4 of them win, you have 4 trebles. So you'd win a few pound. But for small money, you could win a nice few pound. The playoffs are on tonight, the NFL playoffs. The Chiefs are my team. And I was looking at betting there today. People as well liked the Cowboys. And if you were there's a bet there. It's an interesting bet. The Chiefs to beat the Cowboys in the final, in the Super Bowl, is 16 to 1. And the 49ers to beat the Chiefs is 13 to 1. Little bets like that can win a good few pounds, but they're still 3 to 1 anyway. So we have a couple of minutes left, so we'll do this. 4 country roads winding to a town in County Galway. 4 country roads leading to the friends I left behind. 4 dusty roads winding to the town of Glenamaddy. And 4 dusty roads forever in the caverns of my mind. Once in a while I hear the sound of music in the winter night. I see now and then the trees where we sheltered from the rain. And once in a while I see us walking home in the morning light. And oft are the times I long to see my hometown once again. 4 roads from Glenamaddy, 4 roads that drift apart. 4 roads to Glenamaddy are the 4 dusty byways to my heart. 1 country road led me to the schoolhouse by the meadow, and 1 country road to the churchyard where my mum and daddy lie. 1 dusty road where I stroll with the loved one in the shadows, and 1 dusty road that led me on my journey far away. 4 roads to Glenamaddy, 4 roads that drift apart. 4 roads from Glenamaddy are the 4 dusty highways to my heart. Over and out, bash the bookies. That's for all the great tips you gave today.